At newly named State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Houston Texans. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Here's Rosen. Caught right side, Gresham. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Dumping it off for Johnson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
He'll get it up the middle, trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
No, check. Patriot.
They run. It's Johnson. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson taking it in from a yard out. And the Cardinals have taken the early lead. And it's up and good. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give the tackle there to Gerald Hodges.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Reset.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Watson off play action. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 51 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on...
And this is going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Watch it now, Barney.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Rosen on 1st down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Brandon Dunn able to drop him for a loss of a couple. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. On the ground, this is Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. But the Houston Texans, as they come onto the field, obviously their offseason hit a little earlier than they wanted in January, making it to the playoffs, losing to Indianapolis. It was the first time that 2 AFC South teams had actually met in the playoffs when they squared off with the Colts.
And think about how the two of them began the year. Houston began 0-3. The Colts began 1-5. Yet they both finished so hot. The Colts down the stretch, 9-1 in their last 10. Houston 8-2, and end up meeting in the playoffs. And both of them ended up winning on the other team's home field. The Colts did it twice. Houston did it once.
But as you said several times, hard for Houston to be completely disappointed with the ending. They have a lot to build on for next year. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 4 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. Well, Charles, it feels like Lamar Miller's been around the NFL forever, but he's still just going to turn 28 in April. Well, this past year, though, 973 rushing yards, good for 12th in the league.
And you know that he's capable of being a 1,000-yard runner year in and year out, save for some injuries and maybe utilizing the pass game a little bit more in Houston. 4.6 yards per carry is a healthy number, and that was his highest since 2014 when he was with the Miami Dolphins.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from the desert after this. They'll try the air now with Watson. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. On second down, here's Miller. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On 4th down, Watson. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. For the upcoming Super Bowl, so many storylines, but one that obviously grabs you. Sean McVay just turned 33 January 24th, youngest coach ever to take a team to the Super Bowl. Double that age for Bill Belichick, who's 66. And, Charles, that's the largest gap between coaches in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, and when you think about it, obviously the age comes into play. But to me, it's more the experience. The number of times that the Patriots have gone to the Super Bowl with Belichick leading them versus Sean McVay's first time in the Super Bowl leading the Rams. Will that game experience come into play at all? But I do like this about Sean McVay. Raised in the game, raised up through the NFL system, no matter how young he might be. Remember, his grandfather was a head coach and a GM in the league. He gets it.
Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, 66 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. CD, before this next drive gets going, the Pro Bowl took place January 27th in Orlando. Third year in a row that the AFC has won, and really the third year in a row where the weather in Orlando has not been too kind. It was ice cold 2017, and then downpours the last couple of years.
Yeah, in addition to it being cool as well again this year, so rain and cold, that hurts the crowd a little bit, but still, this game has evolved into what I would call a crazier type NFL game. Quick whistles to make sure guys don't get hurt when there's tackling going on. How about receivers playing defensive back? Defensive backs like Jalen Ramsey catching touchdown passes. And to cap it all off, when they awarded the MVP trophy to, I believe, Patrick Mahomes, it broke.
Yeah, indeed, it was Mahomes, the MVP of the offense. Jamal Adams, MVP of the defense in the 26-7 AFC victory. Throwing on third down, Watson escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on fourth. They are going for it. Here's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. Charles, a bit earlier, we talked about Josh Rosen's rookie campaign. Let's take a step back, look at Arizona collectively. You know, they're going to be picking number 1 overall in the draft for the first time since 1958 by virtue of their 3-13 finish. Where do you see them going with that number 1 pick?
I think that their general manager will announce, as the general manager of Tennessee did a few seasons ago, that we're open for business. Call us. Let's talk. Because I think that they would not mind getting out of the number 1 pick if they can bundle together some players to help them with the progress of their young quarterback, Josh Rosen. That's who they need to build around. He's their future. Make sure he stays upright. Make sure he has weapons to throw to. That's where the Cardinals are going to go. So I don't know if they're going to be stuck on just taking one guy. They may want to turn that into a few players.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. To throw on second is Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
But certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
Richmond.
Now Watson to throw on third down. He's going to let this one go deep. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him.
They're going for it. It's Watson. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Here we go. Green, 39.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And this is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made.
Barney, Barney.
Rosen again on 2nd and 10. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Throwing again, it's Rosen, eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now it's Miller. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. David Emerson able to bring him down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Target. Richmond.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Going deep for Hopkins. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Miller. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. While we have a second, Charles, the Patriots, of course, back in the Super Bowl, getting the 37-31 victory over KC in the AFC title game. Great game, but, you know, the Patriots...
Nobody believes in them.
Yeah, right. They're playing that underdog card, but I thought it was funny because after the game, they asked Tom Brady, were you guys just trying to use that? And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Second and 10. It's Rosen again. Screenplay, Johnson. And shedding it off, now open field. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. On the crossing route, complete. It's Nelson. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cardinals turning that interception into a touchdown.
No. Check. Patriot.
They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And his pass incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Completion left side to Miller. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Come back. Tiger.
Watson on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Come back.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Come back.
3rd and long, it's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guys.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Watson, he's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught inside the 15. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 46 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
To throw on 2nd down, Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Come back.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Leopard!
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. And he finds Seals Jones complete. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play on 3rd down for the Cardinals. 57 yards. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Now Rosen has got it to Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. J.J. Watt in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. He's going to get it running right. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 7, but still well short here with 4th and goal looming.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Detroit! Gone!
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Watch it now, Barney!
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. 4th down. Here's Rosen. Now he's forced out left. Staying on his feet. Trying to improvise. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And this Texans defense stands tall. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. One last throw here for Watson. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, leaves him behind on the spin. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck. Now a toss play. This is Mack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Luck now to throw. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you, from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They'll give him a yard on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throwing is Luck. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They are going for it. It's Luck. And he's got his man Hilton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. On 1st down, it's Luck. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Here's Mack on the toss. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
To throw on second down is Locke. Dancing to his left. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. On third down, it's Mack. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on fourth down. So with fourth down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. His pass caught at the 4. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Eric Ebron taking it in. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
4 down.
To throw on second is Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overramped. Others say, I've got 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
Well, as they get ready for this next drive, we shift our attention to a little Super Bowl conversation. The 3rd time that the Super Bowl, Charles, is going to be played in Atlanta, and the Patriots had 35,000 folks come out in Foxborough before departing for a little rally.
How about that? You would think that would be a fan base where it might be a little bit blasé about the whole thing because they seem to go just about every year. But they continue to use their rallying cry. They hate us because they ain't us. And as for the game itself, February the 3rd, I can't wait. I'll be there to call the game internationally one more time. Just remember, this game is 17 years to the day since Super Bowl 36. Got this whole Patriots thing kick-started, literally. Adam Vinatieri with a game-winning field goal. Patriots beat the Rams 20-17. Same franchise, different city. They were in St. Louis then.
So a minute 56 to play in this first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Now a first down throw, Watson. Pitch here, left side, Thomas. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 57 yards. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Black, no, fill it.
Now Watson going to sneak it. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. He's going to get it running right. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Well, Charles, we've talked a lot about Andrew Luck and his turnaround this year, but just looking at the Colts collectively going from 1-5 to the playoffs, even though they lost to KC, what a remarkable season.
Yeah, as soon as the pain goes away, people will remember what they accomplished. Frank Reich takes the job as the head coach after they'd selected Josh McDaniels, and he went back to New England, so he wasn't even their first choice. Had to get Andrew Luck's shoulder back in shape. Had to rebuild a defense. And what they got done from a 1-5 start to getting to the playoffs, absolutely remarkable.
And the offensive line turnaround from 32nd, dead last in the league in sacks allowed a year ago, to first in the league, only allowing 18. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, good luck trying to pass rush against all-pro rookie Quentin Nelson. He'll maul you.
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Now Luck. Looking deep here for Ebo. That's caught inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner. Toughness in the pocket, strong and stout, but let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Luck throwing again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Adam Vinatieri, he just keeps doing it. I mean, you look back to Week 8, past Morton Anderson becoming the NFL's all-time leading scorer. What a career it has been for him.
And not many kickers in the Hall of Fame, but Adam Vinatieri will join them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's just a matter of when. And I'm wondering if he's accumulated enough to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I would say so, because it's not just longevity that's gotten him this record. Think about the kicks that he's made. The kick against Oakland in the snow in the playoffs. How about the Super Bowl kick against the Rams when he's with the Patriots? How about with the Colts getting it done there and winning another Super Bowl? He's made so many big kicks that we can remember. He's one of those guys that I believe we should talk about being a first ballot Hall of Famer.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Richmond. Tiger.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. On 1st down, it's Watson. Trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well. So
what you're saying is, if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. This is taken about 7 yards deep. T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. The 30, past the 20. Vinatieri now for the point after. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's Watson now on second down. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
On second down, here's Watson. He'll rifle this one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And give him a gain of 37.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
That's caught. It's Thomas. That goes for a gain of 31.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good...
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson, his second touchdown of the night. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. 4th and goal, and they just tell the leader of this offense to sneak it in there, and he got it done.
Yeah, all you're trying to do is follow the wedge that's created in front of you. Center, guards, tackles. Just get low, fire out, and you get low right behind them and get it over the goal line.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Mack, and he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's locked. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth-quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On third down, that's Hines. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Nyheim Hines, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Come back.
On first down, Watson. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Tiger.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson underneath for Miller. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a third down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Watson now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10.
Come back, come back.
To the air yet again, Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fuller. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Watson now to throw. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. In for the score. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And they have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. Gets around him. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. And now the Texans want to call another timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll have another 1st down and more. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.